The fan base that you have built up over the years, and I said it too in the commercial break, it's because you're so freaking good. You're so funny and so good at what you do. And it's nice that you're so good to the point where now we live in this era where you've inspired a lot of creativity with your fans. Your fans make jewelry. They make, I think that there's a necklace that a fan made. A lot of it is you eating hot dogs. I guess you've made it known you like hot dogs, and so your fans made all this art. We have drawings, I think, of you eating hot dogs. It's a big thing. People love. This was sent in today when an artist found out that you were on the show, and actually, this was sent in. It's a beautiful sort of artistic representation of you eating a hot dog, and you think this is all springing up on the internet.
I know.
Do you get these sent to your home?
No, thank goodness I don't. But I'll tell you, I'm not what you might call the healthiest eater in the world. But I figure I'm not saying everybody should eat hot dogs, but they're so good.
Yeah. Well, Andy said when he worked with you.
Yeah, I hosted a game show pilot that you were on, and I believe you had Taco Bell. That was your dinner, was Taco Bell.
Was it? Well,
yeah.
As I'm a health nut.
Yeah.
I have to ask you about this. Larry King's, we had him on the show recently, and we got into the conversation, and he just brought up, apropos of nothing, but he just brought up that his wish was to be cryogenically frozen. And I thought, and it surprised a lot of people. I've had people come up to me on the street and say, can you believe Larry King wants to be cryogenically frozen? Can you believe that? Is that something that...
I've heard that before. In fact, I've heard it from Larry.
Yeah, he's kind of obsessed with it.
I know.
You know, he'll say you'll say nice weather, and he'll say, I want to be frozen, you know?
Yeah, and it's a hard subject to bring up in ordinary conversation.
Yes. Oh, Larry doesn't need that. He just acts like, I just took a call from Wichita, you know, and then he launches into whatever he's going to say.
That's right. And it was an Iceman from Wichita.
Who called him, yeah. But is that is that something that you've because everybody has different thoughts about these matters. Does that seem crazy to you, what Larry's talking about?
Well, my mother had the most wonderful outlook on death. She just, God bless her, she was a piece of work. You'd have liked her a lot. But she always said that we know everything. You know, sooner or later, somebody on the planet knows about everything. But the one thing nobody knows is what happens that moment after death. Mm-hmm. So whenever we would lose somebody in the family or a friend or something, she'd say, now he knows the secret. And it took all the fear of death away.
It's a very optimistic
but it's
approach.
It's true. Now you know the secret. So I'm getting curiouser and curiouser.
We don't want you to find out for a long, long time. But it's funny. Every culture reacts to it differently. I've mentioned this before, but I come from hardcore Irish Catholics, and they're upset, obviously, at that moment, but then they turn it into an excuse to tell really funny stories and drink like crazy.
Oh, and drink like crazy. But that's...
To the point where we almost get optimistic. When someone goes, we're like, we get to drink, you know?
Yeah, well, and that's the good... I'm not an Irish,
right.
like you.
Yeah.
I'm a little mix-up of a lot of things, but I don't have to wait till then to drink. That's the good part of it.
You don't need an excuse. It's nice not to need that.